How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off right around the 43. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. Just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And the catch made here by Sharon Peake. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Telvin Smith that time there to make the play.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Darnold. And his throw here is incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
To throw is Darnold. Steps away to his left. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A gain of 32 that time. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Go, go, go.
Now Foles. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Zebra.
Foles. Being chased out left. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. A big gain of 31 on third down.
Really? Really? Did we just see that? That's a big catch. One-handed, I might add, to pick up a first down.
I was going to say, on third down for the defense, it's one thing to give up a reception. You just kind of shake your head on a one-handed catch to pick up the first. Here's Foles. Escaping the pressure right. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. James O'Shaughnessy, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars get a score closer.
I know a lot of coaches like to break their season into quarters. And how about the first 4 games for this guy? 3 touchdowns scored, really making his mark in the red zone here in the first month of the season.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Jets set to take the field. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. On first down, it's Darnold. This is Bell on the dump off. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. And incomplete on the deep ball. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And it's 3rd and 4. But one thing's for sure, they're still taking their shots downfield, even with a big lead.
I think it's way too early to go into a shell, so I like what they're doing. Continue to take your shots. Continue to be aggressive. It's not their job to slow themselves down.
To the air again, Darnold. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Back now in Jacksonville. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Darnold to throw again. Flush to his right. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Sam Darnold looking like he belongs. 3 touchdown passes now in the ballgame. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for him. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. And this is caught out in the left flat. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Oh, eluding the tackle. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Now a play fake here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll go deep down the middle. And that's caught inside the 35. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 42 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Forced out to his left. And now running right through it. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
While you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards, they're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Darren Lee able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3.
Tempo. Tiger.
Back to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Great.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. As his guys are in for 6. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. This time, the extra point up and good. And that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And not a very good return at all, as he won't even get this back to the 15. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Darnold on 1st down. Flushed out right. And this will be incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
On 2nd and 10, Darnold. Buying time to his left. The ball comes out, and this will kick out of bounds inside the 5. Talk about disaster averted as they hold on to the football.
I don't know about you, but I can hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Detroit! Watch him now, Barney!
3rd and long, it's Darnold. And the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild, and at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it, but you know every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him.
One. Hey, solid gold. Great.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. It's complete to Chris Conley. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game.
Now a hit, and Foles loses the football. It's out. But it looked like a Jaguar was able to cover this thing, and so Jacksonville will keep control.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The Jaguars on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be third and forever. They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position.
Detroit!
On 1st down, Darnold. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Back to the air, Darnold on 2nd down. And he slings one that's incomplete. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find a completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Well, I see what they were trying to do there. You pop up your holder, roll them out. You got the option to run or pass. This didn't work.
Not at all. The communication was excellent defensively to make sure that receivers were covered as they escaped from the line of scrimmage, because that's supposed to be a surprise to everyone, and that's how they get free. People forget their assignments on defense. That didn't happen. And think about the guy rolling out with the football, looking for an open person. No one there.
Helpless feeling.
Helpless, because that gap between you and defenders now is going to close and close quickly.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's 3rd down. Looking to throw. He's going to go deep for Conley, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. They're already slim. Hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Looking deep downfield. And this is going to be incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example. And now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
And he comes back with one complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they run successful.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
Watch it now, Barney.
And here we go on fourth. Darnold, that is caught at the 7-yard line. But he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on fourth down to bring up first and goal. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. They come out here in the eye. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. Yeah, I can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to. Because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. D.D. Westbrook, his intended receiver. And it's second down. What a difference a week makes. Last week, he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week, he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say, you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one.
But right now, maybe they're just looking at it from the fantasy perspective. More points for everyone if they win big.
Now, a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification, that's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense because you can hand it to him as we've seen. But you say 3 rushing touchdowns and, of course, throw it to him where he's caught 1 as well.
Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. What a spin. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo
Exactly.
going forward. And that's caught inside the 35. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Sound goal. Goal.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Leonard Williams in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
One.
Now Foles steps away to his left. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Flat.
Foles. And fights him off. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
And he's got it. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
Well, it's been a tough day, but they finally were able to get one into the end zone, and maybe the offense will feel a little bit better about itself going into next week.
And if you're a coach taking that into next week, I know you're upset, but it is a little bit more respectable, somewhat of a moral victory, right?
Yeah, they probably won't say a lot of that to the team, but it is true. It's something for them to build on, and then they can call their mom and tell her, hey, Mom, for your fantasy points, we got you a few down the stretch.
New York set to take the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And it's intercepted. Picked off by K'Von Webster. And that will write a finish to this ball game.